This is Sean Sport in podcast form.
One of Australia's greatest ever netballers. In fact, 101 caps. Is that right?
102.
102. Was that by game?
And has a faction named after her.
This is true. Bassett.
Bassett, I love it. How many goals did you make, by the way? You should know. There should be on Wikipedia.
I don't know. Many.
Harry's going to look it up for us
Get
because
on
he's
the
amazing.
peds. Get on the peds. Thanks.
10,000?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Over
10,000
18 years.
10,000
Yeah, it's a while.
goals.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing to hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the LeBron James of...
Okay, 10,000 goals.
The Diamonds.
Do you have an all-time favourite goal?
Yeah, I did a really slow layup once.
And
And I turned straight to Gretel Tippett, who's the layup queen, and she was on the bench. And I was like,
Go,
because we've been practicing all week.
That's great.
All week at training.
And what about the one where you shot the winning goal in the World Championship?
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool as well. Yeah, winning goal.
When you won World Championships and Commonwealth Games medals, did you get any money for it?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Because in the Olympics you get... Is it
Yes.
50 grand? For an individual goal?
Well, it
What do you
depends.
get for a team?
So if you're in athletics this year, you'll get paid, but say swimmers, they get incentives based on what medals they get, but they only get that if they continue going through the next cycle. So you could win,
If you win and retire, you get nothing.
yeah, nothing.
Oh, what's that about?
They're all going to be swimming till they're 45.
Because some of the nations give out like millions of dollars.
yes. So
you
some
win a
nations-
gold medal for
Yes.
Singapore, a couple of
Yeah,
million.
of
I
course
Googled-
nobody does though. So.
I googled one country, I think it's like Romania or something like that. If you win, they give you like $200K for life. Like you're set for
Yes.
life after that. They
And
give
some
you money.
goats.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you mean? What, $200,000 and then just get money forever?
Every year for the rest of your life. Like they set you up for life. How good is that?
Jeez, where's that?
Romania.
Why aren't they better? You would think that everyone
I would be
would
going.
go to Romania to represent that country.
Yeah, you would think, maybe leave Kenya and go to Romania.
That's
Not wrong.
insane.
Feed your family. Seabass, you did a whole heap of football over the weekend, so you were covering waffle games in AFL. What were the waffle games?
So I did 4 AFL games.
Oh,
I
kill me
did.
now.
I did. What did I do? South Fremantle. They got beaten by Claremont. So
Claremont
I
are
rocked
on
up
a
early
roll.
to Optus Stadium and did that online, and then did the Dockers game. Obviously, they had a brilliant win. And then the next day, I went into the office and I did the Eagles game from here.
Yep.
And then I went down to Pentanet Stadium to the Waffle W Grand Final, which was awesome. Claremont got the win there as well.
So when you're down there during the games, you have your laptop on your lap and you just like...
Well, where else would you put it?
Yeah.
I do. I get to sit up on the media desk. There's a separate desk that says print media, and I sit up there and I sit next to the commentators because I obviously want to listen to what they have to say. And yeah, I'll just like kind of tap away, or if they say something interesting, I'll like make a note for later.
It's amazing being in a position that you're in, really, because people in the print media area used to report on you, and now
Yes.
you're there reporting on other
and
people.
some
so
of them are still there. And so I'm
Yes,
there,
yes.
they're like, hi, Caitlin. I'm like, I remember what you wrote about me.
Yes, exactly.
Sean doesn't forget. He forgets a lot of things. He doesn't forget
I
what they
don't
wrote
forget
about
that.
him.
Oh,
yeah, you've got one guy that you hate, don't you?
Yeah.
Is it Mitch Woodcock?
No. When you're doing interviews yourself, though,
Yes.
you're on the other side of it, getting asked the questions. Now you're doing it yourself. It's not that easy.
It's not. And when you have talent who don't give you good answers,
Yeah.
it makes it really hard. So obviously, I'm not a former AFL player. I obviously understand sport and the nuances of a game, coming back, taking a lead, playing under pressure, and individual performance. But sometimes it can be really hard if you're asking questions and they're just giving you one-word answers.
So what do
that's a
you
nightmare,
trying to
isn't
find a different angle, obviously? Because when you're writing a story, you're going in there with preconceived ideas of which way you want it to go.
Yeah, I'll have a chat. So, like, say for the Dockers game, myself and Ben Smith, the other journo, we'll go downstairs and we'll get a player each and we'll discuss themes of the game. Sean Darcy getting injured, what that
Yes.
meant, J-Lo's 100th game. Like, we're all trying to gather some great quotes to use, not just for post-match, but for during the week. So, Josh Tracy, how's he going? You want to get comments about not just the individual, but other players. So, you kind of come with a host of questions ready to go because sometimes you don't know who you're going to get also until you land. So in the last quarter, you'll ask the media manager, hey, we'd love to chat to so-and-so, but
Yeah.
there's no guarantee that you'll get those players.
You know
so
what?
sometimes you'll go down to the change rooms and then they'll be like, oh, here you go. And you've got someone you're like, oh my God.
I don't know
I've got
anything.
no
I don't even know
questions
who
for
your
this man.
name is. That's crazy because you're talking about when you just get one-word answers in the print media. Imagine it when we have it here at Nova.
Yes.
It's nice, isn't it? When we're
It
talking to
is.
someone and
It is.
they're not giving you
Yeah.
anything, and it's like, well, do we just cut this off? Or do we keep going and try to dig and find something? And usually there's nothing there.
No.
So at least you just have to write about it.
Yeah,
We have
you
to
can make it
talk
up.
to it.
Caitlin, it's getting very tight at the top of the netball. It is. There's 3 teams really that are jostling for that top spot. Did you? So obviously you're working. You didn't get to watch the Fever take on the Vixens and take them down.
Yes, so I was across all the scores. I had multiple screens going, and Fever was exciting. They had tipped this as their biggest challenge because if they want to challenge for the top 2, they needed to beat the Vixens. So they did that by 1 goal. It was quite a thriller. And now there's 3 teams, like you said, sitting on 40 points. And this is the last round leading into finals. And Fever now have the Mavericks. They're going to come here, the brand new team in the competition, and they've come off a win, and
Where are the
they're
Mavericks
challenging
from?
for finals as well. They're
from
Melbourne.
Okay.
So it's going to be a thrilling game. Basically, like whoever wins is going to make up finals. So yeah.
Sebas, do you see with the Fever at the moment? Is there any team out of the top 3 that we're looking at the moment, Thunderbirds, Vixens, Fever, that have at their best will be better than the others?
Look, so Thunderbirds, who are the reigning
Well, there you
premiers.
go. Thunderbirds are go.
Yeah, well, they go. They have been brilliant this year. And when I look at stats alone, they have 2 Jamaican defenders who are leading pickups and gains, like by millions on the next person.
And the best goalkeeper in the world. She's unbelievable.
Yes, best goalkeeper. Their wing defence at the moment is potentially going to win the MVP of the league because she has got almost more intercepts than their key defender. So they've just been absolutely brilliant. The amount of ball that they win is ridiculous. So, I kind of look at them. Adelaide has the grand final, so that was arranged
that's guaranteed
already.
that it will be there.
Guaranteed,
Yeah.
yes. So that's kind of interesting to know that that's a carrot dangling for them, a home grand final potentially. But you can't discount the Vixens or even Fever like we saw them win on the weekend just because in clutch moments they have Janelle Fallon-Emmard, who's just a goal-shooting machine.
Yes. They don't have a 2-point shooter, though, and I think this is their real... I'm not a fan of the super goal kind of thing, but it is what it is. And they don't... Since Sasha Glasgow left and went to the Mavericks, broke her leg, they don't have a 2-point shooter that really nails it. It's a massive weakness, isn't it?
It's not ideal because it just means that in that last 5 minutes of every quarter, a team with a good super shooter has the opportunity to blow any deficit out of the water. So Fever have to play smart in that last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, they need to get the goal in the 2-point shot range themselves to have a crack, but they also need to stop it going down the other end. So it does add more pressure on their defensive end.
Why doesn't Janelle just poke one out from...
I mean, she
it's only
does. She does. She puts up the long shots. She's the one who's been carrying a lot of the load in that shooting circle. But the other problem is if she's taking the long range shot,
no
who's going to get the
rebounder.
rebound? So
Yeah.
she's the rebounding queen as well. So
Here's
it
another
does
thing.
change
If you
things.
just get it in, you don't have to worry about the rebound.
I
No,
mean,
it's
that
true.
too. Yeah, just shoot 100%.
That's
you
what
know?
you've always lived by, Sean.
But for me,
successful.
I
And
think
that's very successful.
I'm really excited. Lightning or Mavericks making the top 4. Mavericks, obviously, a great story. Their first year in the competition, they brought in some amazing players. Sasha Glasgow, like you said, broke her leg in pre-season. One of their other defenders did her ACL early, so they lost 2 huge names that they had signed. And then Lightning, they stole Courtney Bruce away here from the Fever. They've got the Diamonds captain in Liz Watson. They stumbled to start the season, but they're kind of coming through now, and we know that they have quality players in their team that have played in World Cups at Commonwealth Games under pressure. So it'll be interesting to see who makes that Final Four.
I'm just looking at all the logos. What's the Mavericks? What are they?
The wings,
They're a
the blue
bird, just
wings,
the
yes,
wings.
yes.
So wait, what's the Fever? What is that?
That's like a net, maybe like a green net.
Does anyone know what it is?
What are the wings too?
It should be a thermometer.
No,
shouldn't it?
you know what I mean. Like, you got the demons, you got the bombers. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
We got
Fever.
pictures.
Oh,
What is that? Is that a net?
That's a net.
It's
yeah,
like a net, yeah.
just a green.
So your logo for
Stylized
Fever
net.
is a net.
You need to... Yeah, this is up your alley because you're the
I
arts
used to
guy.
be a
Yeah,
graphic
graphic
designer.
So what would you have? The coronavirus.
For the Fever, of course
Yeah.
I would.
Big cross.
Sweaty forehead.
The dangy.
Thanks, Seabass.
Go on,
Love
you
your
Seabass.
work.
Sean Sport in podcast form.
Nathan, I see that you've just had a yawn recently and you've got those... You look like you're
You-
about
yeah,
to cry.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to do sport and I
You're
can
yawning,
understand that you're
teary
about to
eyes.
cry.
Are you going to talk about cricket? No, 'cause I've had such a big yawn. My eyes are stinging.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I thought
but-
if I went down the cricket route, you would definitely fall. I'm going with the tennis route because
Hey.
Alex Dimino's made it into the quarterfinals at Wimbledon for the very first time.
Which is
and
amazing.
Of course, he's ranked, 6th or 7th in the world, but there's such, in my opinion, there's such a gulf between his position, and like Yannick Sinner and Novak, who he's going to face Novak in his next match.
round. Yeah.
I can't see him getting anywhere near Novak personally.
There's a massive cloud over him too because he appeared to injure himself with that final match-winning shot. And will he play even?
Yeah, he looked like he had a carrot wedged right up his clacker.
Yeah.
Why was there a carrot on the court?
Yeah, and
really
he fell
good.
on
It's
it. I know.
ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you see those banana peels in the Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
it's
Where
true.
did they come from?
It is so true, the amount of times that the medical staff at hospitals have had someone come in with something up their bum and they all say they fell on it. And now we see it's true and it can happen in Wimbledon.
In front,
front
of the
of
world.
thousands
In front of the world.
That's what we
dangerous.
got to in society.
It is, Sean.
Look, could be a stretch, but yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. We
Yeah.
need to have a good hard look at ourselves. In private, no problem.
Yeah. So he can't beat Novak,
In my opinion, he's not up to the standard.
but
he doesn't have
Novak
the
has
power.
to fall sometime.
That's true.
Well, Novak didn't fall against Holger Rune this morning. Now, the Danish fans were up and about in the stadium. They were going hard at Novak, and they were kind of giving it the roo, everything
Yes.
with a elongated,
So it sounds like they're booing, but
Yes.
they're actually saying, "Ooh."
Yeah,
right.
a lot of the times. And Novak was really incensed after the game. He won the game in straight sets. In fact, on the microphone when he was interviewed, this is what he had to say about the crowd's behaviour.
And to all those people that have chosen to disrespect player, in this case me, have a good night. Good night, good night. I know they were cheering for Rune, but that's an excuse to also boo. I've been on the tour for more than 20 years, so trust me, I know all the tricks.
Oh,
Wow.
calling him out straight
I thought
away.
it was really cool that he was doing it at the start, but then he got a little bit angry at the
Yeah.
end. It's like he should have just like, oh yeah, whatever. Ha ha ha.
The thing is, he's not popular with crowds.
Yeah, he's not.
No,
No,
it's not.
he's probably the greatest that's ever played.
24
right?
majors now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's gotta be.
extraordinary. And in a hot era,
Yeah.
against Federer, Nadal, and all the rest
He's
of it.
very
But
vocal about his beliefs and backs himself in, so that gets people's backs up as well.
Sure.
Federer was so beloved
Yeah.
and respected, broadly, and then this man who's potentially greater. He doesn't get the same respect, and it clearly affects him.
Yeah, it
He's
does
clearly
affect him.
put off by it.
But he is put off by it, but it does not
it's not-
determine his performance at all.
No, that's right. That's
and
right.
he's able to get through when he's got injuries and he's coming back from a knee injury at the moment. It's only been about 6 weeks since the French Open. He's able to get himself up. And the way he's playing at the moment,
Yeah.
I can see him winning this again.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
He's
isn't it?
extraordinary. And getting back to Alex, I just feel that he's really quite slight, doesn't seem to have the
He's a little fella.
necessary power to take it to the next level, although he's very good. And Australia, Alexi Popperin's playing really good, and he's in the coming up to the top 20 in the world at the moment, and he's getting to the the fourth round of a lot of majors these days.
Yep.
So we've got a couple of competitive guys, but getting
Can
back
they
to
take
the
it out?
dominance we had. More so, I would say the 80s would have been the thing.
Well,
and
your
70s
Leighton
before
Hewitts,
then.
your Pat Rafters as well.
They
They
were great.
did very well.
They were
Yeah.
great. Obviously, the poo could have been anything, as we know,
Yeah.
but they were bigger hitters. I mean,
Yeah.
except for Leighton Hewitt, he was just a determined
Yeah.
little Aussie mongrel who got it done.
He's very much in the vein of Alex de Minaur, isn't
Just
he? Yeah.
making people play the next shot.
Yeah.
Novak wouldn't want to have played the poo, would he, though? Because
No.
the whole crowd would have gone, poo.
But he knows what we're doing. He knows what we're doing.
Good night, good
Sean Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.